before. Well, no doubt, David, he is one of the best. Thank you. A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Robert Covington out there with Anthony. And it's Rose. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's Harden in at the 2-guard spot. And for New York, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Then it's Porter. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 2. Now here's Randall over Anthony. True on the 14-footer. And this is what we've been waiting for all summer long, all off season long. After many months, Doris, basketball is finally back.
And what's incredible, Kevin, is the NBA's popularity just continues to grow. There's worldwide enthusiasm. The NBA players represent the league so well, and my goodness gracious, can they play some basketball?
Interesting how now the league, Doris, is commanding the calendar all year round. It used to be such a seasonal game. Now it's 365 days a year.
So many storylines throughout the course of the summer. Who's playing where and with whom?
Here's Rose. Spencer Dinwiddie picking up that last basket. Randall against Anthony. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
You know, that's one thing Melo has always been able to do. Use his strength to overpower you and get the advantage.
To the inside. Randall with the bucket. Randall's got his second basket of the night.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And Covington sends it back. Harden the pass to Tucker. That one doesn't drop. For New York, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Down low, here's Rose. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Dinwiddie against Rose. Lets it go. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Covington's shot is off.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Boy, Spencer Dinwiddie does such a great job getting on balance, and with his touch, off the dribble, easy work.
Well, hard to find a team more iconic in the NBA than the New York Knicks. They are a premier brand.
Greg, this is absolutely true. This is an organization that has played a few games in London that have helped them, and it hasn't seemed to matter that the team has struggled for an extended period of time. They remain a major media presence in a major market. The NBA is better when the New York Knicks are a factor.
New York comes into this following a loss to the Hawks in Atlanta. Here's Rose. It's rebounded by New York.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Here's DiVincenzo, guarded by Harden. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. McLemore has come in for Porter. And it's Luke Kennard in for Dinwiddie. Now, here is Morris. Here's Ariza. Sinks the three-pointer.
You know this. You better honor Trevor Ariza if he's beyond the arc. He is more than happy to fire away.
Pass to Randall. Yep, that one goes. Randall's got 6. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
Ennis with the ball. Morris right side. 2 points. That one goes. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter. There's the pass to McLemore. Here's Cornett. 3-pointer. Good on the 3-point shot.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
To the middle, here's Ariza, and Ariza with the stuff.
A rangy 6'8", Ariza finishing with force.
New York's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Pass to Cornette. Here's Kennard. There's 14 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Lock at 6. McLemore, no good. Morris looking over the floor. It's good. The assist that time for Menace. Morris has got his second bucket.
And offensively right now, each team getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. Rockets lead by 2. In the second quarter, Rockets elevated by James Harden to one of the league's powerhouse franchises.
This time isn't going to last long.
Never a guarantee that the window will remain open.
And superstar players, let's face it, they're best remembered for their championships. It's all about the rings if you're James Harden.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs, and credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Knicks. McLemore is out there with Evan Turner. Then there's Brown, and it's Cornette in at the 5.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
And the big contract for Evan Turner entering its final year. Greg making over $18 million. Is he in line for a raise, you think?
Maybe not a raise, but he still remains a useful player. Never the most efficient scorer, but his rebounding and passing are what carry him.
Passes it to Cornette from past the arc. Not going to go that time. Houston in the lead. Tipped away. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting a shot. Thank you so much.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Misses the J after tricking the D with the nifty pass fake.
And after nailing a three-pointer in the first quarter, he has yet to connect here in the second.
Ariza kicks to Carroll. Pass to Morris. He feeds it to Grant. And it's blocked. They recover it. From deep three-point range. The shot by Carroll no good.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Kennard's shot is off. And so it's Ennis bringing it up now for the Houston Rockets. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. It's hauled in by Cornette. New York trailing. To the wing on the left. Here's Kennard. Ariza covering. Kennard, the pass to Brown. Some nice passing by New York here. Clock at 4. Cornette can't get it to go. Rockets have gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far. Turner against Morris. Here's the teardrop. He lays it in. Morris has got the lead up to 4 now for the Rockets.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Houston making some changes. Randall dishes to Dinwiddie. 58 seconds left now here in the second to end the cold streak. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
New York shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
What's up?
That one misses for Randall. And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, P.J. gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
Shot clock at 2. The Knicks pull it in. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
And a really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
Yeah, I don't think they win without the productivity they got from their bench. That made the difference.
And here's Harden. He's coming off a 37-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Good on the triple. Harden's got his first 3 points of the game.
And defensively, you got to respect Harden's ability to drive. That just makes him exponentially more difficult to guard out at the line.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Houston on top. They're up by 3. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Derek, how's it feel to be back on the floor again?
It feels good, man, especially...
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point... And...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Monte Morris. He's been really playing well.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
And so in the game for the Rockets, we got Rose, Anthony out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Harden in at the 2. Randall outside. Back to Dinwiddie. Over Rose. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. 7 points for Spencer Dinwiddie. Of course, the game is shifting towards skill and finesse, but there are those players who thrive in this league who are like bulldozers and force the issue inside.
Well, a guy like Blake Griffin, who is such a physically gifted basketball player, enters the league as one of the great dunkers, but has now added a 3-point shot, still can play bully ball. But for me, the most ferocious at-the-rim scorer and the guy who's probably most underrated aspect is his strength is the Greek freak. Giannis Antetokounmpo at the rim. Good luck and good night.
I don't know how you do it, right? I mean, how do you defend?
Impossible.
Indeed.
Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
Here's Rose. He can't get it to go. The Knicks go the other way with it. For the lead, DiVincenzo gets the bucket. DiVincenzo's got his second bucket of the night.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3, terrific play calling, everything clicking out of the gates here.
Here's Harden, and it's Harden slamming it down.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Outside Robinson. The pass to Randall. Rockets with the rebound.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Boy, don't you love how Derrick Rose resurrected his career last season. What a surprise and a bright spot for the T-Wolves. He looked like a completely rejuvenated player.
And for Rose, he looked refreshed and changed in how he approached his game.
You know what, Kevin? I think he is just a much more patient and smart basketball player. His 3-ball was so improved, and the shot selection was terrific. Turnovers were down, just improvement across the board.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Kennard, he's checked in for Julius Randle. And it's Bruce Brown in for Dante DiVincenzo. Here's Dinwiddie. Softly drops in the floater. Dinwiddie's got 11 points.
80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
What we know unequivocally is Spencer Dinwiddie is far more than a terrific basketball player. Let's remember, he scored 1,400 on his SATs. His mom was a professor at USC, and there's something very special about being raised in an academic environment.
Rose against Dinwiddie. Shoots from 12. Rose can't hit. For New York, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. And Grant sends it back.
Well, twice on the pipes. Jeremy Grant says no, sir.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Order outside. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his 5th assist in this one. And it's Harden with the ball for Houston. Trailing by 2. And Doris, you talk about Dinwiddie's book smarts. His parents wanted him to attend Harvard.
Yeah, he chose instead, Kevin, to attend the University of Colorado, believing the Pac-12 would be a better stepping stone to the NBA. And think about it, even now, this guy not shy about challenging authority. He will keep his coaches on their toes.
Robinson kicks to Porter. And the 3 off target.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Pass to Rose. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter.
Well, you love the attitude of Derrick Rose. You want to play great defense? No problem. I can still finish.
Here's Kennard. Good D by Ariza.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Harden's shot is good.
Well, you know the unselfishness and professionalism Trevor Ariza gives you. If there's an open man, he'll find him.
Brown against Harden. Now here's Dinwiddie. He's tightly guarded, and there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for New York. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Porter. McLemore has come in for Brown. And Turner's subbed in for Dinwiddie. Ennis, he's checked in for Houston. Monte Morris comes in for Derrick Rose. And finished off by Robinson.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Turner with it. Now defended by Grant. 5 on the clock. And to get open is Robinson. The shot by Turner, no good. Morris outside. Tucker the pass to Harden. From downtown. Can't connect. James Harden getting it done for the Houston Rockets. He finishes with 9 points. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Then it's Ben McLemore. And it's DiVincenzo in at the guard position. That's the 5 for New York right now.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Here's Kennard, guarded by Harden. Kennard, the pass to Robinson. He can't get that one to fall. Good work defensively by Harden. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
That was nice, guys. The determination, the toughness, not going to shy away from the boards.
Great open look there. And now it's a 9-point Rocket lead.
Wow, he looks like a completely different player in this half. He's found his rhythm.
Here's DiVincenzo, covered by Anthony. Outside Robinson, from deep. Rebounded by Covington. Houston leading by 9. Feeds to Grant. And the dunk by Grant.
Well, Kev, how about Jeremy Grant playing to his strength? Uses that athleticism to finish that one with authority.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Doris, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. As a player, coach, and now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely incredible and inspirational. How about Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA? Or Damian Lillard, who has proven so loyal to his fan base and organization and is one bad man when the game is on the line in the playoffs.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Coach Fizdale was going over with his team. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back, guys.
Here's Rose. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. That's 12 points for Rose.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
And, Greg, you know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
Randall no good.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Outside Anthony. From deep three-point range. Doesn't go that time. Knicks trail by 15. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's DiVincenzo. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Houston.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn it.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for James Harden.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy. In attack mode all evening.
Anthony. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Julius Randle picks one up.
Oh, nice use of the up fake there. Melo got him to fight.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Trey Lyles checked in for Jeremy Grant. Cephalosha comes in for Robert Covington. McRae's checked in for James Harden. And Monte Morris subbed in for Derrick Rose. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Cornette kicks to Ntilikina. It's hauled in by Lyles.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
So we see Houston taking the W here, and in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, James. Congrats on the win. Looked like you guys really had a lot of...
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Doncic out there with DeJounte Murray. And there's Porzingis. Then it's Jay Crowder. And it's House in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Hawks, we've got Hayes. Terrence Ross is out there with Young. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Wiggins in at the small forward position.
Maybe not a super athlete or at least a hyper athlete in the Westbrook mode, but Trae Young's ball handling ability does some incredible things for him out there on the floor to create space and help him change pace for those kind of angles where he can score.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Doncic finds Crowder. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Murray. 6 to shoot. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And you love the aggressiveness of Young tacking off the dribble, and Brent, for his size, able to finish inside.
Well, he can get to the inside. He can shake guys loose. It's his ability to see the floor, Kevin, but it still comes down to that range where Trae Young has confidence to pull up from just about anywhere to get his offense going.
And Ross with the slam.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, I settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
Here's Doncic after the basket by Atlanta. And Capella sends it back. Nice shot by Porzingis. Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 31-point game against New York.
And it was not a one-man show. That was the best part. He had just as good a game with his passing as he did with his scoring.
Offense clicking early here, 3 for 4 to start this one.
Murray outside. On the wing, Doncic. He's guarded by Ross. Doncic against Ross. And Doncic gets it to go. Brent, offensive versatility, all the rage now. Which guards do you think do the best job of generating offense with their back to the basket?
I don't know so much as these guys are playing with their back to the basket, Kevin, so much as they're finding ways to get the ball without a dribble at about 15 feet away from the basket. So one dribble, you're at the rim.
Right.
They're very effective at the mid-range. Chris Paul and DeMar DeRozan have had tremendous efficiency from those areas on the floor. So those are the kind of players that put some pressure on your defense because they're starting their offense so close to the basket, and they're effective with which they do it. Not on the post, not on the perimeter, and they're finding ways to be impactful.
Skal Labissière's checked in for the Hawks. Aminu comes in for Terrence Ross. Hayes the pass to Young. 1:36 left here in the opening quarter. The slam dunk by Aminu.
So unselfish there. Young doing a good job of finding the open man.
Sexton kicks to Porzingis. Outside Curry. Dishes it to Hunter. Outside, Porzingis. Off target from outside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Wiggins dishes to Labissière.
Yeah, Labissière's arms just seem to go on forever, which is why dunking just, it looks so easy.
52 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now, here's Hunter. He's covered by Aminu. Young against Porzingis. Goes back up, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Maybe a little more fundamental with positioning there to be ready for that offensive rebound. Porzingis, some extra effort on the offensive glass that time.
Now, here's Aminu. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Young outside, over Sexton. Young's shot is off.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Yes, that goes in.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
For the three, drains it from beyond the arc. Young's got 5. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's Atlanta up by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion.
Older brother, he was a big fan of NBA.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And this has been a fairly close game to the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And for the Hawks, guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. On the court for Atlanta, Labissiere out there with Dwayne Dedmon. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Young. And it's Anderson in at the 3 spot. Outside, Porzingis. Rebounded by the Hawks. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. And Kid Gilchrist gets it to go in.
Anderson has great vision as a point forward. Exceptional court awareness.
And out of UCLA, forward Kyle Anderson. Some call him slow-mo. Why is that?
Well, I mean, not the most athletic player. It's his size and IQ for the game, though, that makes him so effective.
Pass to Dedmon. Wiggins dishes to Young. Takes the 3. No good that time. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Victory eluded them last time in Atlanta when they faced the Hawks.
It was a loss last time they faced up against each other. A very tightly contested game that they felt they could have won.
Man, felt like they probably would have won if they weren't saddled with all that foul trouble. If they had to piece together some makeshift lineups late in that game, that might have cost them.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Sexton kicks to Porzingis. Young with the steal. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Here's Anderson. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, a structured, all-around strong game from Kyle Anderson. He's really smart and heady and a tough cover. So you wonder how much further he can improve his game.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Ross in for Andrew Wiggins. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Crowder, he's checked in for Porzingis. Daniel House comes in for Hunter. Doncic is checked in for Curry, and it's DeJounte Murray in for Sexton. Young passes to Capella. Here's Ross. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Ross has got the lead up to 8 now for the Hawks.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Murray, the pass to Doncic. From 12 feet out. Good. Doncic has got 6 points.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range. And when Kyle Korver played for Atlanta, he set a league record with at least 1 3-pointer in 127 consecutive games.
And to think that you just wouldn't have one of those nights where nothing was going in. 127 is pretty impressive. Record was broken eventually by Steph Curry in 2016. But for Atlanta, that 127 is still a team record. And you wonder if one Trae Young might have his eyes set on it.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. In player development, Brent, what are some of the primary things that can be taught?
I think in today's game, what a lot of PD coaches are looking at, Kevin, is just decision-making, playing out of the pick and roll and coming off into a spot where you're making the correct reads. It's much like, and you cover a lot of football, where you can talk to quarterbacks about their checkdowns.
Yes.
I think you can teach guys how it is that when they come off a screen, what's going to be available to them, and paint pictures for them so that when they're on the floor, they become second nature in terms of their decision-making. That can be huge. And then the second thing is always player development, working on confidence in shooting the basketball. You just want guys to feel like whatever shot they're taking, they've got a great chance of making it.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And all around the rim that time before dropping in. 8 points for him.
Well, he made some kind of adjustment to his game after a poor first half. He's been impressive shooting the ball during the second.
Young outside. Offensive rebound. No good that time. 3 on 3. Here's Crowder. He nails it, and we're tied up. Crowder's got his first bucket in this one.
Sometimes you like to see guys go with the bounce pass, threading it through there perfectly.
And Young kicks to Capella. Back to Young. There's 21 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter. Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Dallas shooting their first free throw of the night here. Throw good. Murray. Wiggins against Murray. Pass to Ross. Will it go? Cans it from downtown. Ross has got the game tied up here for Atlanta.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And so it's tied as we head to halftime. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. They couldn't hold on to the slim lead they had at the start of the second quarter and headed into the locker room with the game all knotted up. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how Atlanta played?
Well, their poor rebounding is really hurting them. It hasn't killed them on the scoreboard yet, but they need to pick it up. This is a game they can win. If they come out hustling in the second half, they can win.
And over to Kenny. Let's get your insights on Dallas.
I love the motion on offense. Guys are moving, the ball is moving. It's a very nice approach to the game, and one the defense absolutely could not keep up with.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. They've got Porzingis, Murray out there with Doncic. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's House in at the small forward. Here's Wiggins. Rebound by House.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Count that one.
And coming from a background with player development for head coach Lloyd Pierce.
Well, I think he's great at just being a cheerleader and a confidence builder for this young team. I believe that to be a good fit here in Atlanta. He brings a great hands-on approach, and very, very important for him to think about player development as these young guys grow together. You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Crowder, the pass to House. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Over in the corner, Porzingis. Pass to Doncic. Shot clock at 6. Tries it from 19. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Capella's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Ross on the wing. He's covered by Murray. And stolen by Murray. And Doncic with a clear path to the hoop. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Trae Young.
A fearless competitor. When Doncic is driving inside, he just embraces the contact on the way up.
Dallas shooting their 2nd and 3rd free throws tonight. That free throw good from Doncic. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
Kid Gilchrist is checked in for Atlanta. Curry's checked in for Dallas. Sexton deciding where to go with it. Curry attacking. Now the pass to Porzingis. Dedmon with the block.
Well, Dedmon's reach is a huge advantage there to help him tally some more block shots.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Here's Curry. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Here's Young. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. The open look here for Sexton. Offensive rebound Mavericks. And here's Porzingis. He has 7. Can't cash in from the high post.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Crowder against Kid Gilchrist. Passes to Dedmon. Back to Kid Gilchrist. 5 to shoot. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Saturday, they'll head back home to host the Phoenix Suns. Then on Monday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. This year comes in for Kyle Anderson, and it's Aminu in for Trae Young. Now Crowder. Pass to Sexton. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And Porzingis puts up a deep 3. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. Left side, Kid Gilchrist over Sexton. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions with the extra pass.
Curry kicks to Hunter. Back to Curry. Over Labissiere. But they recover it. Sexton, and the layup's good off the glass. Sexton's got the lead up to 4 now for the Mavs.
Don't want to see athleticism wasted just on offense, as Sexton uses it at that time to get an offensive board.
Wiggins with it. On deep. It's off. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Mavericks lead by 4. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry. Where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Clint Capella is out there with Labissiere. Then it's Wiggins. Then it's Terrence Ross. And it's Aminu in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Ross kicks to Labissiere. Wiggins surveying the floor. Over Murray. Here's Labissiere. They shoot again. No good on the layup.
Well, he had the perfect opportunity to finish that one, guys, and just flat out blew it.
Doncic against Ross. And Farouk Aminu gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Hawks, Hayes is checked in for Skal Labissiere. Young is subbed in for Andrew Wiggins. Here's Porzingis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better than he was before the injury. Love the idea of pairing him long-term with Doncic. Sign him to a lengthy and sizable deal to be the core of their future.
Dallas making a switch here. House is checked in.
You got to get up tighter than that. Some players you can give that much room to, but not him.
Murray, the pass to Hunter. Here is House. He's covered by Aminu. Murray outside. Pass to Porzingis. Over Aminu. Rebound by the Hawks.
There's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Murray against Young. The pass to Ross. Capella inside. He's against Porzingis, and it's Capella missing.
I'm not sure where the lack of focus comes in there, Kevin. That's not like him. The defense is close, but there's enough space to score.
Murray surveying the D. And he uses the glass on the layup.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Atlanta calls timeout. Atlanta making a switch here. Anderson's checked in. And Dallas with a change here too. Crowder's checked in. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to listen in on what Lloyd Pierce was saying to the team. He told his guys, tempo, more tempo. You've got to be quicker into transition. Push the ball. Let's get some opportunities before their defense can set up. Kevin, back to you.
This could go down as the win-win trade of the draft over the last 3 or 4 years. The 5th pick in 2018, Trae Young, traded on draft day for Luka Doncic, and they might have put a little chip on his shoulder, one that he played with in the second half of his rookie season.
Nice shot by Porzingis.
Now this is where Porzingis can do the most damage. 7'3". He's got the height. He's going to shoot over just about anybody in the league.
Here's Young. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15.
And that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Murray against Young. Murray with the bounce pass. To the paint. Lets a floater go and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. He drops the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. Wiggins is checked in for the Hawks, and so he drops them both. It's a 9-point ball game here. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Young taking his time here. Fires from deep. And it's Wiggins missing. And Murray's got the ball here for the Dallas Mavericks. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Young outside. Drains the three-pointer. Young's got 7 now in this quarter.
Trae Young looking like one of those young players who on a nightly basis gives you something you haven't seen before.
And the Mavericks call time here. They lead by 8. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, DeJounte Murray.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
If he could only contribute like this for them every night, you can't overstate how much better it makes this team when he has a game like this. And on the road, no less. And Young kicks to Ross. Shoots over Doncic. No good from Ross. Dallas has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Dallas.
They really had it going, guys. Their offense propelled them.
In this case, it was the higher shooting percentage that made the difference and earned them the W.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn it.
The basket counts and 1. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Trae Young showing off his finishing ability on the inside.
And that one falls for Young. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Curry with it. He's picked up by Lee. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Rebound by the Hawks. Here's Lee outside. The shot that time not on target. And so it's Dallas winning this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Berry, great Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Brown out there with Jamal Murray. Then there's Tobias Harris. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5. And for Philadelphia, they've got Ben Simmons. Markkanen is out there with Pirtle. Then it's Porter. And it's Hood in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Hood. Talk about rookies getting early playing time these days. Were you counted on much your first season? You had a terrific rookie year, but I'm guessing you did. You were counted on early.
Yeah, you know, for the high draft picks, you're usually going to go to a team that really needs your help. I was just blessed that I had great veterans, Hall of Fame veterans. When you look at guys like Chris Muller, how about that? I was able to watch him practice and work and take care of his body. Latrell Sprewell, Billy Owens, all the great players, Avery Johnson. So I was counted on to do a lot, but those guys helped me do a lot, and they pumped confidence into me. I was able to steal their style, their work ethic. They showed me the ropes the right way, and I couldn't have been blessed with any better veterans for me to start off my career.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. GA drafted after only playing 3 games at the University of Missouri. A lot of people probably hadn't seen Michael Porter Jr. play basketball. But with that in mind, describe his game for us now.
Kevin, at 6'10", he's a fluid athlete with tremendous shot-making ability. Grew up one of 7 kids, homeschooled. They all played ball. He's had a basketball in his hands from a very young age, and you can see it in his approach.
And so Hood will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with the win.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
Well, it's such a boost. I mean, not something you want to have to count on every night, but you can tell how much they trust their reserves. Oh, man, challenging the defense inside with the pass. That's just good ball movement.
Simmons looking around. Outside, Markkanen. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Markkanen's got 5.
3 for 4 from the field to start the game. They'll take that.
Murray against Simmons. From 12 feet out. Murray, no good. For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Simmons with it to the wing right side. Hood for 3. That shot is off. And Denver the other way now. Hood against Brown. Pass to Harris. Over Porter. Harris misses.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Murray, the pass to Valanciunas. We've got 1:55 left in the first. And there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Pirtle.
Oh, he's a sensational offensive rebounder. Valanciunas, he just has the nose for where to be when shots go up.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. And the emphasis on mobility, a challenge for lumbering 7-footers like Valanciunas.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to be the quickest when you're 7 feet tall, Kevin. I mean, in order to earn his keep, he has to be dominant inside. I mean, he has that capability.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Robert Williams, he's checked in for Jakob Pirtle. Young comes in for Lauri Markkanen. Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Porter. And Glenn Robinson, the third, is subbed in for Hood. Big group substitution here for Denver. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Maxi Kleber comes in for Paul Millsap. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Brown. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Murray. Now here is Harris. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Outside Hardaway. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the pass to Plumlee. For 3, Harris. Rebound by the 76ers. In the corner, it's Robinson. The basket good off the assist from Simmons.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
The Nuggets trail by 7. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter of the game.
And a brief check of the stats for Young. Last year, getting it done. He averaged about 12 points per game last year. 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Guys, he's a difference maker off the bench. Steps into that front court and more than holds his own.
Well, it's his willingness to bang down low or move opponents off the block. Those are valuable contributions.
And he sinks the second.
And last season, the Sixers unveiling a Dr. J statue on their Legends Walk outside the team training facility.
Oh, yeah, his second statue in Philly. I mean, the other one is down by the stadium. At that Legend Walk, you know who he joins? Wilt Chamberlain, Mo Cheeks, Bobby Jones, Billy Cunningham, Al Greer. That's some good company to be in. Some great history for the Sixers.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for Denver. Trailing here by 8. Outside Hardaway. There's 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. The 76ers have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. In the corner, it's Robinson. Hardaway with the steal. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
Greg, that's about as high percentage a look as you're going to get. Running the floor beautifully.
And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Philadelphia with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And we'll be right back after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the 76ers, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
They've got Robinson. Marjanovic is out there with Young. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Osman in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And Philadelphia has possession. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Marjanovic kicks to Simmons. Outside for Robinson. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 6 assists in the game.
You can't leave anyone uncovered around Simmons. I mean, he's fantastic at seeing when one of his guys is open.
Now here is Harris. No points in the game yet for him. And it's blocked by Simmons. Outside Robinson. Passes it to Simmons. There are a lot of people that say, Chris, the European players are more fundamentally sound overall. Are they right?
Well, I think when you look at a guy like Doncic or Dirk or Porzingis,
yes.
You're taking the best of the best and you're creating a whole field. So I can't say overall. I would say they've had some players that have come in and wowed us, and that's awesome. But also you have those guys going pro at the age of 13, 14, 15 years old, and so I think they may miss out on some of the other things that life has to offer, like a normal high school experience, those type of things. But I tell you what, it's a copycat league and it's a copycat game, and so once you see players that are 7 foot coming over, shooting, passing, dribbling, I think you can say guys like Kevin Durant and others, I think you can say they're pretty sound overall. So I don't buy into that theory, but I do think for a lot of Europeans, being a professional early helps you transition into the NBA a little bit better maybe than guys coming out of college off of 1 year.
I would agree. Philadelphia leading by 6. Here's Osman. No good with the layup. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And the 76ers call time here.
Well, you look at Tobias Harris. I mean, it's remarkable the way he's improved. His confidence from three-point range, a huge part of it.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Marjanovic. Markkanen comes in for Young. Michael Porter, he's checked in for Jetty Osman. Rodney Hood subbed in for Glenn Robinson III. And it's Simmons penetrating. Count that bucket. And the 76ers lead by 6. Well, you look at Harris's long-range shooting. Nothing special, Chris, through the first 6 years of his career. But then he turned it around.
Well, Kevin, you know he had laser eye surgery in the summer of 2017. And after that, his shooting improved dramatically. Man, I got to go get surgery now. Anyway, maybe he should be a spokesperson based on how well it worked out for him. I mean, I don't always like the 3 on the fast break, but the D was set up well inside.
1:49 left in the first half. Now here's Brunson. He's got 5 out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball.
And let's see some numbers here on Jamal Murray. He had a strong showing last season. He averaged 18 points a game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And he continues to hone his game. I think the potential is there.
Oh, yeah, you can see the potential, but it's raw. He needs to keep refining that skill set.
Robert Williams is checked in for Jakob Poeltl. And Denver also making a switch. Paul Millsap is checked in for Jalen Brunson.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And stolen by Hood. And now the 76ers on the break. Flushes it down to finish the break.
That's how you run the open floor. Hood is skilled at finding ways at finding available space in these situations.
Pass to Valanciunas. Can they get it? Rebound by the 76ers. Simmons got his 5th rebound in this one. And he hammers that one down right in the face of Jamal Murray.
How can you not go Simmons? I mean, some of the dunks he pulls off are insane.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
And this summer, a 5-year, $170 million max contract extension for Ben Simmons. The Sixers didn't want to give him any cause to look elsewhere. A great talent, but the hope with that kind of money is that he'll develop that jump shot.
Pass to Brown. Denver passing it around. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Brown, right side. 6 to shoot. For Hood.
Just doesn't seem to have it here in the second quarter.
And again, Denver no good. He had Simmons atop the key. And it's Denver with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Williams with the steal. Simmons against Murray. The feed to Markkanen. Just 3 on the clock. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Oh, a good shot blocker who competes hard on defense. Defenders better think twice before trying Valanciunas.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson. Philadelphia finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They lead by 15. That's all for now.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Without question, Rodney Hood displaying his skills today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. They've got Tobias Harris, Murray out there with Jaylen Brown. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Millsap in at the 4. And Simmons kicks to Hood. And stolen by Harris. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Harris with the ball. Count that one.
And you can try to rough Harris up all you want, but he'll still find a way to hit shots on the drive. Just to master read the shot angles and getting the attempts over defenders.
Markkanen finds Simmons. Back to Markkanen. For Murray. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
It isn't the D that causes that miss. That's just a loss of concentration.
Harris's shot is off.
He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on the Denver Nuggets.
And the athleticism and size of Porter creates problems for the defense. Hard to guard without getting physical.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Chris, of the guys you went against, played against, who would have benefited from today's style of play the most?
Oh, man, I got a few names. Billy Owens. Billy Owens, to me, was a guy like a Kevin Durant. He couldn't shoot like that, but he did everything on the floor for us there in Golden State. And I think in today, an open game for him where he could get going, oh, man, that would just be incredible. I also think of a guy like Detlef Shrimp. He could post up, he could pop and pick, he could shoot the ball deep, he could shoot off the dribble, finish on the breakup. Whatever you wanted, he could give it to you that way. And I think for both guys, that size, that sweet spot, 6'7", 6'8", but played like a little bit of a guard, those 2 guys come to mind.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
And I have just been so impressed with the way Jamal Murray has added to his game. Keeps pushing himself every offseason to make the most of his abilities as a player and continues to be a consistent threat from the outside.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Young comes in for Markkanen. Cedi Osman, he's checked in for Michael Porter. Robinson is subbed in for Rodney Hood. Big group substitution here for Denver. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Maxi Kleber comes in for Paul Millsap. Hardaway's checked in for Jaylen Brown. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Murray. And with Murray, Greg, you forget how young he is. He entered the NBA right out of his freshman year at Kentucky.
I mean, Murray was taken 7th in his draft and has kind of flown under the radar from that class. But the more you watch him, the more you feel like you're seeing a star in the making. And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
Yeah, he's just not getting the ball. He's passing with a purpose, and it's leading to scores.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
It would be a shame to make all this progress and let them off the hook. Keep the pressure.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. Some changes for Philadelphia. Robert Williams comes in for Marjanovic, and Hood subbed in for Robinson.
And when he gets ahead of steam, he almost feels sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
Harris passes to Plumlee. The pass to Brunson. Shot clock at 5. The 3. And again, Denver with the triple. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
.55 seconds left in the third quarter.
He's a tricky player. He's so difficult to guard. Simmons excels at going with the floater at the right time.
Back to Brunson. Harris outside. That shot no good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way.
He's been cold, and it's been hurting him. The D, I mean, was ready for him. He hasn't been able to solve it.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The 76ers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great, about 77% as a team.
The first one falls. Porter's checked in for the 76ers. Big group substitution here for Denver. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. 30 seconds left to play here in the to Harris. Back to Murray. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists tonight.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Al Hood. From deep three-point range, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Philadelphia bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Mike Malone moments ago with some words for his players.
Raising a shot, no hesitation, we're back. It's the time to come every time, all right? Set our defense up, make a play against our set D, all right?
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And so Simmons will bring it up for the 76ers. 7-point differential. Williams is out there with Jakob Poeltl. Then there's Ben Simmons. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Porter in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. 4 on the clock. That's a 2 from Hood. And that one hits back iron. The Nuggets trail by 7. Harris dishes to Murray. Back to Harris. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that will be the 3rd of 5 straight played at home.
And he's just adept at scoring it in so many ways. It's clear Porter very comfortable operating inside.
Murray outside. A 3-pointer off the mark. Philadelphia leading by 9. Hood deciding where to go with it. Outside Porter. Outside Simmons. The jumper from the free throw line is good. And the 76ers lead by 11.
You gotta at least contest Simmons from the mid-range. He has the touch to be effective.
Denver calls timeout. Chris, you have been passionate about honoring those who blaze the trail for today's NBA, like the Globetrotters and the Wrens, in the days before integration.
Yeah. I mean, you think about what they've gone through off the court and on the court. Anyone, regardless of color, nationality, for just paving the way for me as a basketball player. I I want to say thank you. Let's just think about what Red Auerbach did. Drafting the first African-American player, making the first African-American player coach, and Bill Russell, who won the championship that year, and leaving him a good team. If you look at organizations like the Black Fives who bringing awareness to the games, and you just want to understand your legacy culturally, and that's why I have to, every time I see Mr. Bill Russell, Big O, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I give them a big hug and a wet kiss on the cheek, because I just thank them for not only advancing the movement in sports, but culturally. Sports has always sent a message to the culture and society about how cool teammates work together and how you can overcome a problem by working together. And so I really thank them for enduring all of the hardships that they did so that we can reap the benefits. So it's been awesome to be part of the league and be able to shake hands with those that have blazed trails for us.
That is so admirable on your part. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mike Malone had some words for his team during the break. He said to them, guys, coming up, this is where the game could be won or lost. We need to make plays on both ends. Stay focused, stay locked in, trust one another. See if they can keep that trust going, Kevin.
Good, gets the bucket.
Hard to shake good focus. When he's determined, he accepts whatever the defense throws at him.
The Nuggets trail by 12. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Valanciunas inside. Hurdles there. Outside Hood. Knocks it loose. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Looking to get back on track here. And slam dunk by Harris.
Well, once again, Harris showing off his incredible physique. Just really blowing past defenders in the open floor.
Simmons passes to Markkanen. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Harris.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And he makes the first.
Well, you got to be excited about Markkanen's future. I mean, he's a big man who can really shoot and shoulder the offensive load.
Maxi Kleba, he's checked in for Denver. And Markkanen drops them both.
Yeah, and with Lauri Markkanen, you know you're going to get shooting from his spot. Great release and has been efficient from range since his rookie year.
Simmons against Murray. Shoots from 12. It's not going to go for him. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option. And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Philadelphia.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And you can tell they were ready for this one today, guys. There was something extra on the line, and they wanted it.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Ben Simmons.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
And it's Murray with the jam.
You got to feel comfortable when Murray is working the pick and roll. His shooting, speed, and passing all are next level.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. And Simmons kicks to Hood. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Markkanen misses off the right iron. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step to becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA. big part of the DA. Thanks. It's got to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Drummond.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. We've got Luka Doncic, Jake Crowder out there with Porzingis. Then there's Murray, and it's House in at the 3 spot. And for the Cavaliers, Clarkson is out there with Avery Bradley, and it's Hayward. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Love in at the 4 spot. And here's the fast break. Clarkson leading the way. Offline with his 3. And so it's Crowder with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Last time they met was in Dallas.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
And, you know, one of the things about winning the physical battle like they did in that game, it gives you a lot of confidence going into the next meeting. You know you can push this team around in the paint and win the physical battle.
Here is House. Here's Doncic. The shot is good off the backboard. Mark, just a minute ago, you and I were talking about the challenges these players face early on in a new season.
Yeah, you know, timing is usually not quite 100%. Chemistry continues to be something you're trying to work out. Usually you're pretty healthy in the early part of the season, but as the season goes on now, you've got familiarity and comfort with each other, but sometimes the injuries pile up.
And Clark, establishing those routines you'll use throughout the regular year, correct?
That's important because it is a long season, as you well know.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. From outside, off the mark. Cavaliers have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Murray against Bradley. Over Murray. And no good. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Crowder, the pass to Murray. House kicks to Murray. Dallas moving the ball around. Right side, Porzingis. Doncic outside. That doesn't go either for Doncic. Doncic has gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Hayward outside. Inside. Here's Love. And the dunk by Love.
And, you know, Hayward's floor recognition and composure, really impressive. Knows precisely when to pass over to the open man.
Now, here's Doncic. Last time out, he had 38 points.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Bradley against Murray. 11 feet away, and they pick up 2.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now, here's Doncic. He's on target from 8 feet out. Doncic has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Boy, Doncic so crafty and good at using screens and being effective in screening situations. He's a true scorer and playmaker.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
And as Dirk Nowitzki walks off into the sunset, the Mavericks seem to have found their next European superstar in Luka Doncic. The number 3 pick in last year's draft had a rookie season for the ages.
A platoon swap here for Cleveland. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Mo Wagner's checked in for Crowder. Hunter comes in for Daniel House. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Luka Doncic. And it's Sexton in for DeJounte Murray. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. And Doncic, the EuroLeague MVP, led Real Madrid to a title. EuroLeague Finals MVP, all at the tender age of 19.
Incredibly accomplished. Despite that, slipped a little bit in the draft into the waiting arms of the Mavs, who moved up 2 spots to get him.
Now, here's Brown. Bangs home the trifecta.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now, here's Sexton. Tight defense on him. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. The Cavaliers leading by 7. Harris looking it over. Here's Nunn, defended by Sexton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. There's Brown with the 3. Mavericks with the rebound. And here's Sexton. 26 points for him last game against Denver.
Can't hit the free throw line jump.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And the basket by Harris. Mavericks trailed by 9. Sexton with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. One second left. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Cleveland in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot. The NBA game drawing fans from every culture. And Pau Gasol definitely feeling.
I always notice the fans that support it.
The game going global, and no better ambassador than Pau Gasol.
And as the players grow more international, fans from every country and continent, for that matter, finding more and more reason to root for the NBA.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
We've got Brown. Mahimi is out there with Pau Gasol. Then there's Harris. And it's Nunn in at the point guard position. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. And the pass to Curry. There's the triple. It's good from long range.
He's gaining more and more confidence over time. Seth Curry proving he's got touch from out there.
Nunn passes to Harris. Pass to Nunn. Just 5 to shoot. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
Well, the young bull, Colin Sexton, getting a lot of playing time in his rookie season. Allowed him to play through his mistakes, and that's what you hope for coming in.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Jay Crowder's checked in for Porzingis. Daniel House comes in for Hunter. And Doncic is subbed in for Curry. Clarkson passes to Love. Now, here's Clarkson. Here's the 3. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. And even as the Cavaliers lagged at the very bottom of the standings, Greg, Sexton publicly described the season as fun. Would that bother you as a veteran?
Losing seasons, they suck. I mean, no other way to put it. I think he cares about winning, but keeping that positivity is probably the best approach.
And out of Marquette, Jay Crowder, Greg, a sturdy two-way wing player.
A great system player and glue guy. He had his best years with the Celtics. On the final year of this contract, a great value considering what he brings to the table.
Here's Clarkson. He's got 5. And Wagner pulls it down.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Well, you can't let Doncic have these types of opportunities, guys. When you aren't close to him, this is what happens.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Hayward outside. Over House. The shot's good from Gordon Hayward. Hayward's got his second bucket tonight.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Doncic outside. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic.
And with the moment, let's check out some stats for Doncic. Great showing for him last season. Last season put up about 21 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. Well, you know that he can put points up in a hurry, and he leads this team in scoring.
Yeah, I think he's got a... If somebody else is having an off night, then he kind of steps in and fills the gap.
Here's Clarkson. Doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Crowder. And so it's Crowder with it. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. 7-point differential. And that one's good. House.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
Hayward looking over the floor. Shoots over Crowder. Hayward can't hit. Mavericks trail by 4. Crowder inside. Defended by Hayward. Doncic passes to House. Outside Crowder. Over Love. Shot by Crowder, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Kicks it out to Bradley. Passes it to Clarkson. He dishes it to Love. Back to Clarkson for 3. That's in there. Love with the assist. Clarkson's got 6 in the quarter.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Doncic against Clarkson. Now Doncic, he's got 6. Lets it go with a 3. The shot, no good. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers bringing the quarter to a close with a set.
Thanks very much. From one Kevin to another.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie, Cleveland did not hesitate to set the pace. Tenacious on both ends of the floor, they took command early with a 13-2 run. And it was a 9-point lead for them as they finished the first quarter. Second quarter, not quite as good, but still managed to maintain control and enjoy a 7-point advantage at the break. What do you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep playing smart in the second half and close this thing out. Don't get cute now.
Kenny, how do you think Dallas played?
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You gotta like what Jordan Clarkson has done in this game.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
On the floor for Dallas, Murray out there with Doncic. And there's Porzingis. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's House in at the 3. The Cavaliers leading by 5.
You know, with Dirk Nowitzki retiring last season after a remarkable 21 years with the Mavericks, they are starting afresh, a new era, hoping budding superstar Luka Doncic can carry that mantle, and I think he's off to a great start in doing so.
Trying to get open is Crowder. The shot by House is no good. Cleveland's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Hayward outside. And he overshot that one, missing. And you think of everything that Dirk Nowitzki has meant to the Mavericks. Clark, one team for his entire career.
An iconic Hall of Famer. You talk about 14 All-Star appearances and league MVP, 6th all-time in scoring. Most importantly, the franchise's first and only title in 2011.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Gasol's checked in. And then for Dallas, Hunter comes in for Daniel House. And it's Colin Sexton in for DeJounte Murray. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Makes it off the glass.
Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
Pass to Drummond. For 3, Hayward knocks down the 3 ball. Hayward's got 7 points in the game.
A tough cover out there. You want to close out hard on Hayward, but you also have to respect his ability to take you off the bounce.
Count it.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Bradley finds Drummond. Knocked loose. Here's Hayward, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. He's got 9.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
Shot by Crowder, no good. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Bradley up top. Gasol passes to Bradley. Back to Gasol. Just 5 on the clock. Porzingis with the block.
Boy, Porzingis doing a nice job staying in position and then using his reach to block shots.
No coverage that time. You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
Both teams changing it up here. These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. Look at Curry, 3rd in the NBA. He's someone that if you leave him alone, he's going to knock it down.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
Brown drives in. Takes a 3. And another miss by Cleveland. The Mavericks trail. Hunter, no one around him. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Cleveland's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the 3rd. Brown, the pass to Harris. Gasol on the high post. He's against Crowder. Gasol kicks to Harris. Lets it go from deep. Mavericks with the rebound. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside Curry. The dish to Sexton. And there's the pass to Hunter. Outside, Porzingis. Dallas needs to get off a shot. The shot by Sexton, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And that one drops.
And I really like to see Gasol go up with the shot immediately after getting the pass. Shows how much confidence he has in himself.
Here's Porzingis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Mavericks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Yeah, last year, collectively, only 74% from the line.
And, you know, with Porzingis, the potential is really exciting. I mean, with his size and skill set, I think he's got a chance to be a dominant force for a long time.
Here's Nunn, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Cavaliers ahead. They lead by 2. And time. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Kevin Love out there with Pau Gasol. Then there's Harris. Then there's Brown. And it's Nunn in at the point. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Here's Gasol. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Porzingis.
And Gasol is a guy who can do a multitude of things well. I mean, he scores it, rebounds it, passes it, just an all-around talent.
Both free throws good from Gasol. And Murray's got the ball here for the Dallas Mavericks. Trailing by 4. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. They thought coming out of Washington as a one-and-done, DeJounte Murray was considered a raw prospect.
Yeah, very raw. The 29th pick in the 2016 draft, guys, taken by the Spurs. Excellent physical tools and outstanding athleticism. It was surprising that he left when he did. I recall that when I heard. But at 6'5", a 7-foot wingspan, he's got a chance to be special.
Drummond's checked in for Cleveland. And one thing you have to love about Gary Harris, the way he can explode to the rim.
And Harris is a natural scorer from all parts of the floor, but he can just rocket himself for dunks you aren't used to seeing from players of his size and stature.
His improvement each year in the league is impressive. Harris knows his role is to score the ball, and he does it well.
Love against Porzingis. Great D that time for Love. Cleveland leading by 5. Floats one up, and it's good on the way in. Nunn's got his first bucket of the night.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
To the paint. Count the basket and the foul. It's on Gary Harris.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Gary Harris. And Dallas also making a switch. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Hunter.
And you know, for Curry, getting into the league has been a battle for Seth. I mean, he's more established and playing with more confidence now.
Now, here's Clarkson. Defense right on him. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Curry with a wide open look. No good from outside. Cavaliers leading. And here's Brown. Pass to Nunn. Here is Love. Love draws the double. Here's Nunn, guarded by Curry. Steps back and shoots. Here's Drummond, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Selected 9th overall in the 2012 draft, Drummond's carved out a nice NBA career for himself.
Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg, he might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
Murray with the bounce pass. Porzingis, it's a 2. That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Doncic. Hits the close-range jumper.
Doncic not afraid of the moment, actually embraces the spotlight. This guy steps up big when needed most.
Clarkson against Doncic. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Clock at 6. Love the pass to Clarkson. Over Doncic. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And the Cavaliers lead by 6.
Nice change of direction with the ball and with the body. Nice strong move by JC.
Doncic kicks to Murray. Top of the key jumper, no good. Cavaliers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
As he often does, Clarkson pushing the action, drawing a trip to the line.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And, you know, one of those rare second-round picks who played well immediately. Clarkson was first team all-rookie and continues to develop.
Dallas calls timeout. They're trailing by 8. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Jordan Clarkson.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
He's played up to his full potential tonight, and he's been playing to the crowd, too. He loves being the star attraction, even if it doesn't happen on a regular basis. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. I told him this is gut check time. This is when it gets real and when it gets fun. We're here to play in these big moments. Let's make this one count. Kevin, by my count, that's 5 cliches.
Thank you, David.
Boy, Murray's court vision, very sharp, and he's unselfish, too. You love seeing that combination.
Clarkson looking for an opening. Passes it to Love. Shoots over Crowder. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Take what's available. Use the fadeaway when the defender's there on you.
Doncic dishes to House. Doncic against Bradley. Pass to Murray. Dallas moving it around. Puts it up from 12. Money! And now they trail by just 4.
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
No mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're behind by 6. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. perimeter finds Porzingis with the shot. It drops. And now they trail by just 4.
That is a sweet-looking jumper there, boy. Doncic doesn't need much space or time to get shots off.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. The pass to Porzingis. A baseline J. It's rebounded by Cleveland. They've led by as many as 11 points. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
Early in his career, Love got the stretch 4 label, but he's always rejected it. He prefers to call himself a post player who can shoot.
Murray, the pass to House. Cans the 3. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And he ends up making the second, and that puts them up by 5. 5 seconds left to play in the final quarter. On deep. No good. We see the Cavaliers get the win here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. There's Jaylen Brown. Then there's Harris. And it's Murray in at the 1 spot. Now, here's Bertans. Right wing. Monk with the ball. Outside Irving. Off target with his 3.
And until their playoff run, the Brooklyn Nets weren't a team we thought of as a free agent destination. And Doris, you almost forget that they play in the biggest market in the country.
And Greg, who would have thought that in New York and Los Angeles, arguably the most competent franchises would be the Nets and the Clippers? These are two of the historically dilapidated teams no longer content to play second fiddle in those major markets.
And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
And their last matchup was a nail-biter, but they hung on, and in part it was because of their rebounding.
Brown dishes to Murray. The shot misses. Great D that time from Harrell. A nice shot by Katie.
Boy, Kevin Durant, an absolute nightmare in transition. Combined size, speed, great scoring ability. Look out.
Murray, the pass to Harris. Back to Murray. Here's Valanciunas, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Well, I think, Kevin, this is something Jonas Valanciunas has hung his hat on, his ability to consistently get to the offensive window. Nicely done.
Pass to Bertans. To the inside, Harrell. Can't hit from in close.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
And it's Murray penetrating. Good on the bucket. Valanciunas has got his second basket of the night.
This guy came over from Lithuania with an ability to play pick and roll basketball, and he's only gotten better during his time in the NBA.
Harrell kicks to KD. The three-pointer, no good. Denver in the lead. Greg, you get so caught up in how great Durant is at scoring that you forget sometimes about his other terrific offensive skill.
You know, KD doesn't really get a lot of recognition for his passing, but he has fantastic vision. I mean, arguably, he might be the most underrated superstar ever. Sees so many double teams and does a great job of getting the ball out to open teammates.
Oh, tenacious attack by Irving. The handle, the speed, look out.
And Murray's got the ball here for Denver. Harris outside. 13 feet away. And again, it's Denver.
Good way to start this game. If you want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And you know this, Greg. He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Whereas for some players now in their second seasons, you can tell just how big the jump is between that first year and their second year in the league.
I think, Kevin, it's probably the single biggest growth opportunity. One of the things that happens is the game slows down for second-year players. Very rarely do you see a guy take a step backwards. They're comfortable, they're more confident, and they know what to expect. Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Hardaway, whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Their offense already in a flow, some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Well, think back to before he moves on to the Dallas Mavericks. While Tim Hardaway Jr. was with the Knicks, he was carrying such a burden offensively because Porzingis was still recovering.
Pass to Harris. And 101 left to play here in the first. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Brunson. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Here's Grant. Brunson covering. The wide open look for Durant. Gets an open look and hits. KD's got his second basket of the game.
And this is Durant's game, right? As soon as he catches the ball, he's ready. Pre-shot preparation outstanding.
Harris looking it over. Here's Brunson, and it's sent back by KD. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. There's the pass to Graham. Six to shoot. From the arc. Buries it from three-point range. And so the first quarter is in the books. Nuggets ahead, up by 4. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. One of the league's best point guards, Kyrie Irving, had this to say about his competition.
2011, I came into a league where
some say, Greg, a golden age at the point guard position.
Yeah, and Irving right there with the best of them. He embraces the challenge.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Durant. Ivica Zubac is out there with Joe Harris. And it's Graham in at point guard. Now, Brunson. Six on the shot clock. Kleba, 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Graham surveying the floor. Harris outside. A shot missing. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Brunson, no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
Here's a look at stats for Irving. He's coming off an excellent season. He averaged about 24 points a game last year, 7 assists and 5 rebounds. And what is crazy is that these numbers might not even do his game justice. He's been phenomenal.
Feels like every night this guy does something that just blows your mind. So fun to watch, someone the other players look up to.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
Hardaway passes to Murray. And the rejection by Harrell. Second chance shot. No good from Valanciunas. And KD's got the ball here for the Nets. Trailing by 2. The shot by Monk is no good. And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring the teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
Monk, the pass to Irving. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Nuggets have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Passes to Murray. He kicks it to Valanciunas. Brown the pass to Murray. Harrell against Valanciunas. Over Harrell. And again, Denver no good.
And that's really just not heads-up basketball. Don't try a fadeaway when nobody's guarding you.
The game now all-time. And that's 10 points for KD.
Well, this is exactly how you want to attack the defense. Kevin Durant accepting the punishment, but refuses to be denied.
outside Hardaway. Murray outside. Traps in the tray.
And if you don't get out on Murray, he will light you up from beyond. He's lethal.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Up top, Valanciunas. He's defended by Harrell. And he gets the bucket. Hardaway has got 5 now.
Well, don't get caught up in the long-range shooting. Hardaway Jr. has that in-between game. Really nice shot.
Here is Durant. He's got 10. On the wing, Irving. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. Durant's got 3 assists tonight.
Now, don't sleep on Kyrie Irving's perimeter game. Yes, he can get inside and score at will, but boy, you better check that jumper.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Nets lead by 1. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm and we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everything.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They only had a couple of rough stretches and
we've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Denver, they've got Jamal Murray. Harris is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Jaylen Brown, and it's Valanciunas in at the center position.
Boy, you talk about the all-time great below-the-rim finishers. Kyrie Irving is on that list. He can use either hand. So much English. This guy is tough.
Banked in off the glass. Irving's got the lead up to 3 now for the Nets.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Millsap at the elbow. And Valanciunas now atop the key. Kicks it to Murray. Second shot opportunity. It counts. And the foul. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Well, doesn't allow himself to be rattled in the least by the aggressive defense. Jonas Valanciunas shows his strength and composure to power up and through.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Jamal Murray. And a change for the Nets. Omari Spellman has come in for Davis Bertans.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Inodorus, as great a scorer as he is, Kyrie Irving doesn't draw a ton of fouls.
Kevin, I think that has everything to do with his elusivity. This is a young man who can finish with either hand, can get separation on any defender. This is the one thing you'd say about Kyrie Irving. He does not initiate contact around the rim.
Here's Harris. Great D that time from Durant.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same. Well, this guy, Kyrie Irving, just so reminiscent of his idol, Kobe Bryant. He is one of the cold-blooded scorers in the game, and absolute torture for a defender to guard.
A different look for Denver. Plumlee, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Maxi Kleber in for Paul Millsap. Pass to Harris. Left side, Brown. Here's Kleber. That shot misses. Nets leading by 5. It's Durant on the wing, guarded by Harris. Irving dishes to Harris. Pass to Durant, over Harris, and Durant gets it to go. The assist by Harrell. That's 12 points for KD. And you know, Doris, for both Kyrie and Kobe, each had an urge to step out on his own, you know, to put their fingerprints on a team.
No doubt, Kevin. For Kobe, it was Shaq. For Kyrie, it was LeBron. And think about last season. Kyrie actually called LeBron to apologize. But let's not kid ourselves, right? He is most comfortable in the starring role.
Brown outside. Hits it from three-point range. Brown's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, to me, that's excellent timing from Jaylen Brown. He shoots with confidence, knowing his teammates trust him.
Irving not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. And the Nets lead by 6. 1:44 left to play in the third. Harris outside. The pass to Kleber. Trying to find Brunson. Gets it to him. Over Irving. That one off the back iron and out. And so Graham will bring it up for Brooklyn. Shoots over Brown. And it's Graham missing. Kleber kicks to Brown. To the left wing. Brunson scanning the floor. Durant against Harris. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
KD's shot is good.
Well, Kyrie Irving has such a good sense of when his teammates are going to create an opportunity, and he puts the pass on time and on target.
Brunson finds Harris. There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Kleber. And he banks in the layup. Kleber's got his second bucket of the game to go.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's Graham. He's covered by Brown. And here is Graham. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
76% from the line a season ago.
Now here is Harris. He's got 6. With 1 on the clock. Nice jump shot. Good. Harris has got 8.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
And we've reached the end of the third. Nets out in front. They lead by 7. From the...
Stay positive. Don't get down.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Nets leading by 7. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Joe Harris is out there with Davis Bertans. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Graham in at the shooting guard position. And here's Harris from the arc. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Murray. The 3. Drills it from outside. Murray's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Denver.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Graham, the pass to Bertens. Now, here's Zubats. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The free throw drops for Zubats.
Well, think about the Nets' Kenny Atkinson, a finalist last season for NBA Coach of the Year. This young coach got a well-deserved contract extension. And what I love is his team competes at a high level every night.
Monk's checked in for Irving. Now here's Murray. Graham defending. Here's Valanciunas. Bertans grabs the board.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Pass to Monk. Clock at 6. Over Millsap. The shot by Monk is no good. And Doris, you think about how hard this Brooklyn team competes. I think they take right after their head coach.
I don't think there's any doubt, Kevin. Coach Atkinson is still willing to get on the court and jump into drills with his players. Let's remember, going back to the early days of his career, he was a player development coach. And before that, yes, he even played. That effort and willingness to break a sweat very much reflected in his group. You know, he could have looked to score that himself, but in this particular instance, the advantage is playing inside out.
Murray with it. Working on Bertans. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I'll tell you, on the low block, Valanciunas has shown that he can be a skilled offensive player, and the defense has got to pay attention to him. What a tremendous job playing through contact.
Harrell, he's checked in for the Nets. Kevin Durant comes in for Joe Harris. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Millsap finds Harris. Here's Murray.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Well, terrific instincts from Jonas Valanciunas on the interior. This guy has improved in the low post every year.
Monk with the ball. It's Durant on the wing. Fires for 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. Here's Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Timeout called, the Nets. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Kevin Durant.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thanks, Kevin. Kenny Atkinson had some words for his team during the break. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. We got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
.56 left in the fourth quarter. The pass to Millsap. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And it's fair to say that Millsap has been very underrated throughout his career. A versatile, tenacious forward who quietly destroys whoever he plays.
It's the first, and that brings them within 2. And so Paul Millsap nails both of them.
Well, this is why you run your offense through him in important situations. You know he's going to deliver.
KD against Harris. Elbow shot is on the way. Denver grabs the miss. Valanciunas has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Harris's shot is good.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Durant gets the monk, lets the 3 fly, gets the 3-pointer to fall. And the Nets lead by 2.
Listen, this guy is far from just a scorer. Kevin Durant loves to share the basketball.
Here's Harris, and it's sent back by KD. Now here's KD, the fast break opportunity. Here's Graham, it falls.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 4. There's 53 seconds left in the game. Murray. Here's Harris. Nice D from Durant.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Doubled by Murray. The Nets working the ball around now. The shot by Monk is no good. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. For 3, Murray. And again, Denver, no good.
Sometimes you just have an off day, and this is one of those games for him.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
What you love about Kevin Durant is he's an MVP-level candidate every year, and yet there's a hunger and a thirst to get better at basketball. This is so fun to watch.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. Denver calls timeout. They're down by 5. 19 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
No time to waste here. Quick bucket and a foul.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
Here's Denver now.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
Well, Greg, you've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
And again, Denver no good. And so they choose to intentionally foul. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And he is unable to get the second one. And stolen by Harrell. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, All
right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg